guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rise. We're back here at Reed's BMW on the garage rooftop because guess what? We have that car many of you have been waiting for, but many of you have also been arguing about. This is the all-new, totally redesigned 2021 BMW M4. We're lucky here because this is the M4 Competition. But before we get into this new sports car from BMW that's been redesigned, let's talk about what's going on here. The M4. The M4 has only been around since 2015, if you could believe that. Now, if you're wondering, well, Joe, how can that be? Because there seems to be such a rich history of racing and engineering. Well, it goes back to the 1980s. Actually, 1986 was the birth of the BMW M3. Now, BMW decided in 2015 to kind of separate the two because back in the past, you could get an M3 two-door version or you could get an M3 four-door version. So the M3 is the four-door version, and the M4, which we have, is the two-door version. Makes sense? Not really. But anyways, lots of big debates going on about the styling of this vehicle and really about the overall performance. Having the competition version, we're gonna get that utmost performance. So what I wanna find out is this BMW M4, is this the one to get over a Porsche 911, over an AMG product, maybe even over a C8 Corvette? Is that crazy even to say? Let's go ahead and dive into this 2021 M4 Competition. Right off the bat, you're gonna notice the color. It is absolutely stunning. It's called Isle of Man Green. And what I love about BMW, a lot of their colors are named after racetracks. This one is named after the Isle of Man TT course on the Isle of Man, where they have those historic motorcycle races. But let's go ahead and see the styling. So starting up front, with the 4 Series, you're actually getting a new chassis that's wider. And what's interesting is that this car is longer than the 4-door version, the BMW M3. Figure that one out. But what BMW is promising is their own unique handling characteristics separate from the M3. But you're gonna get that same great headlight design, BMW laser headlight technology, the LED digital daytime running lamps, looking really good. You drop down, one of my favorite parts about the front fascia is the massive side air curtain, fully functional with those horizontal slots in there to clean up the air. You got a little bit of a lower lip extension, gloss black. It would have been nice for that to be carbon fiber, especially on the competition version. But as we come across the big talking point, it's that massive grille design. I know you're gonna think I'm crazy, but the more I look at it, the more it's growing on me. And to be honest with you, let's just shut up and get on with our lives because it's about the performance of this M4 Competition that I think that's gonna speak for itself. But you do have that larger grille design, gloss black on the horizontal slots, a little bit of flat black. Would have been nice, like I said, to have a little bit more carbon fiber, but you got your M4 Competition badge, that iconic BMW logo, Bavarian Motor Works, and I love the way they kind of created a valley there. Unique place for a forward-facing camera. The way that they build that lip splitter right into the front fascia is gonna stop air from going underneath and get air into all these openings. Everything is fully functional. Even these massive guys over there are gonna just gobble up air like the Cookie Monster gobbles up cookies. Getting up onto the hood, one of my favorite things about the grille is how the hood kind of balances nicely. They have these nice U-shaped indentations. You have that valley that kind of disappears, and that actually takes away your attention on the grille, I think. One thing that would have been perfect is to have some heat extractors that allow that cold air to come in and then drag the hot air out. Other than that, it definitely has an aggressive look. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working with on this BMW M4? You're gonna get a staggered wheel and tire setup. So what that means is up front, you're gonna have these 19-inch gloss black wheels. It's a spider web design, M badging on there. Remember, M stands for motorsports. You got the BMW badge, and then you have those bright blue, like big old things, blueberry cotton candy from the state fair that you ate last year. That's how large those calipers are. 6-piston, and just like the sticky cotton candy on your fingers and on your lips when you like, this thing is gonna stop on a dime from those sticky calipers clamping down on those rotors, fully ventilated, cross-drilled, and 2-piece, which allows the heat to dissipate just like that into thin air. Underneath the beautiful Isle of Man green bodywork, you're gonna have those adaptive dampers, all 4 corners. And up front, these are 275 on the width and then 35 series on the sidewall. I'm surprised they went with a 275. That's kind of meaty for up front. So it's gonna be interesting what the steering feels like at the front end of the business. But I'm gonna have Lori kind of swoop around and showcase that side air curtain. It's massive. It's gonna help channel that air and clean up the air. But as we go from the fender treatment and the beautiful wheel setup, 19-inch wheels up front, 20-inch wheels out back, we have these tasteful designs on the side. The bummer is, I'm gonna zonk it, it's a fake vent. It's not functional. It does have the M4 Competition badge. It would have been nice to have some functionality, but you have gloss black and flat black. I think my favorite part is how they take the body line and look how they put the indentation and have it run nicely into the door. You have that side sill extension that kind of flares out a little bit as you come towards the rear. Gloss black on the mirror caps, but for mirrors, these are some sexy mirrors. The way they do the design to help channel the air, it's almost like a little winglet on the actual mirror housing, which looks really sick and cool. Gloss black, top and bottom, and then guess what? We have a carbon fiber roof. It's almost gonna shave 10 pounds off the weight up top. What that means is lower the center of gravity, better handling. Plus, just like those mirror caps, that roof looks sexy in carbon fiber. You're blind if you can't fall in love with that roof. I'm telling you that right now. Good size on the rear quarter window, and surprisingly, there's a lot of room for the backseat passengers, because like I said, this is actually longer than the BMW M3, which is nuts. Now, as we get towards the rear, you're gonna have a nice body line that's gonna flare out, because out back, we have 285, so a little bit wider wheel, rear wheel drive setup, 30 series sidewall. You're still gonna get nice massive rotors there. A little small on the calipers, so I am gonna zonk that, but you know what? We're gonna see what it drives like when we take it out. You got that limited slip diff out back, and then as we come around the tail end of the business, you're gonna get a tasteful trunklet spoiler. Once again, I wish it was carbon fiber. You do have beautiful LED lighting. They do a great job. They kind of smoke out the top portion. You got your BMW badge, your M4 Competition badge looking good, more horsepower. And then as we kind of drop down here together, you're gonna get a diffuser that looks like it's right off a BMW Le Mans race car. Quad tip exhaust, slash cut. They listen to Rady's Rise, no vacuum cleaner style garbage. It's obviously has that active valve, make it louder, make it quieter, whatever you wanna do. But why don't we go ahead, what I wanna do is let's pop the hood on this M4 Competition and see what's powering. All right, guys, underneath the hood, you do have hydraulic hood struts. You do have a massive brace up front that's gonna help stiffen up the front end. The sad news is, and the zonk is, that's not carbon fiber anymore. It is made out of metal. Underneath that bracing though, you do have a semi-tasteful engine cover. I wish that it was a little bit more stylish, especially on a competition car. But what you're looking at is that 3-liter, underneath that cover, is that 3-liter straight six, inline six, twin turbocharged engine. On the competition, you're going from 473 horsepower to 503 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque. The zonk, other than the lack of carbon fiber underneath the hood, is gonna be no manual transmission on the competition. You can get a manual transmission on the standard M4, not the competition. You're stuck with the 8-speed automatic transmission. The car does weigh around 3,900 pounds. 0 to 60 though, 3.6 seconds. 0 to 100 in 8.9 seconds. Quarter mile in 11.3 seconds. Top speed, 180 miles an hour. MPG is not too shabby, 16 in the city, 23 on the highway. This is the new talking point. Instead of talking about the grill, let's talk about 503 horsepower. That's pretty substantial. I can't wait to take you on throttle, but before we do, let's fire up this M4 Competition and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside this 2021 M4. I've been waiting for it. I know many of you have been waiting for it, and I know you're saying, well, Joe, I've been a BMW fan for years. I've been thinking about taking my old M4, my old M3, and training in for one of these. I don't care what the grill looks like. I'm starting to dig it just like you. How much is this one? So this is a competition, right? So top trim for performance. The way that it's been optioned, you're looking at MSRP right at $83,000. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels. I like the clean simplicity in BMW's work. So you're gonna get nice stitching up top All dark material, but it's very, very classy, very smooth. The big zonk is obviously the armrest is as hard as a rock, but you do have the optional Harman Kardon sound system. A little bit of silver is nice. And then the door pocket, you could probably get a Big Mac and a medium fry. No large fry, medium fry, and then a bottle of Coca-Cola to wash it down. Now when you get to the dash, smooth surface, the carbon fiber is nice. Silver trim brings you to the infotainment side of things. You have your standard 10.25-inch infotainment system screen, navigation, Apple CarPlay, all those goodies. The zonk is, why not have it be a little bit larger? I'm sure maybe you heard that before, but it would be nice to have the screen be a little bit larger because of this real estate here. But it's very, very clear. Obviously, you throw it into reverse, you're gonna get some great camera technology with the trajectory, 360, and all the other goodies that they have at BMW. And then you hit home again, and you're right back where you started. We could go into our car settings. Look at that, they use Isle of Man, same color on that bad boy. We could go into M menu, start to make the adjustments to personalize it, and then right back to home, right back to navigation. Drop down, AC vents, dual climate, heated seats, but no ventilated seats. That's crazy at $83,000. That's just crazy talk. So you could warm your butt, you just can't cool it down. Slim trim radio controls, more carbon fiber, and then voila, wireless charging, USB, 12 volt, and 2 cup holders. You can't go super slurpy though. Gonna have to keep it on a small side of things. Then close it up, nice and seamless. This is gonna control that 8-speed automatic, only transmission available in the competition. I love the M badging, the M stitching, that updated iDrive control knob that BMW is known for. You got your M4 Competition to remind you that you went big. Carbon fiber, start-stop button, the different modes, make your exhaust louder or quieter. And then the center armrest is a little bit softer than the door armrest. Lift that up, you could easily put, I would say, 16 packages of Reese's peanut butter cups. And I'm telling you, if you have 16 in your BMW, I'm gonna eat them all. Plus there's a USB-C, and I'm loving the seats. Nice one-piece back, M4 badging looks great. Love the perforated material, all the stitch work, full electric assist, of course. And then let's take a look, once we're done with the seats here, let's take a look at what the glove box looks like. Open up that bad boy, look at that. You can put a whole box of Twinkies or Zingers. So thank you, Benji, for leaving your Zingers behind. We're gonna go zing, zing, zinging away on throttle with these in the glove box. So stay tuned for that. Plenty of headroom. Put your helmet on for your track day. Put your helmet on for your autocross. And if you're wondering why isn't there a sunroof, we got the carbon fiber roof. You can't have a sunroof with a carbon fiber roof. It just doesn't work that way. But why don't you come over here, because I want to show you where the joy begins driving this M4. Come on over. All right, guys, business time. Behind the wheel of this M4 Competition, you got the nice aluminum sill. If you're wondering why is it blue, that's just shipping tape that they put over it to protect it so it doesn't get scratched. Same thing with the foot box. You got a great size dead pedal, brake, and throttle. I love the way they give you a nice size dead pedal. Seat controls, easy to get to. You could do lower lumbar. You could do the side bolstering. Ooh, that squeezes nice. And then steering wheel. BMW does great wheels. Love the stitch work. The M colors all the way around. For 2021, they brought some carbon fiber in there, which is really nice. Horn button is sexy. And then look at the paddles. Nice and large, super size. And they have carbon fiber and some gripping material so you're not slipping, you're gripping on those paddles. 12-inch display, and what's nice is with your 12 inches, you could change it up. Watch this. I changed the mode. Boom. Look at the way the tach. You have a beautiful head-up display with a gear indicator and everything else. Looking really slick. And then guess what? An additional 5 extra horsepower. We have the BMW Motorsport colors on the seatbelts. That's an additional 500 redesigned certified horsepower. I'm not doing the back seat. We've done those in other 4 Series reviews. Check them out. Let's get to the trunk because I'm ready to go on throttle in this M4 Competition. All right, guys, I'm in the BMW M4 Competition. We have it in sport mode, manual shift mode, second gear, on throttle. Here we go. Yeah! Nice! Great sound coming from that straight 6 twin turbocharged engine. I love the exhaust note, and really you're getting a pretty good linear torque delivery once boost comes on. The paddles are nice and large, so you're definitely not going to miss a shift. And each shift is very, very smooth. Like right now I'm in 5th, drop down to 4th. Very, very seamless, doesn't upset the chassis. It's things like that where you know that they thought it really through, because you want the car to be very, very consistent as you're going through your twisty bits, your favorite road course, or an autocross event. Visibility, just like any other 4 Series, is just fine out the front. A little tight out the back, but for a sports car, that's kind of understandable. And the way that everything is laid out in here, it makes sense. I've discovered that with some of the sunlight, the silver trim, especially on the center console, could create some glare. But these seats are just a thing of wonder, man. They look good, they feel good, and they hold you into place without being too over the top with the bolstering. Steering wheel is great. That 12.3 inch. Don't want to leave anything left behind. 12.3 inch digital gauge display is super clear. And the side mirrors are not only sexy, but they're very functional too. All right, guys, I want to see how this M4 Competition handles. So far, the little driving that I've done, the steering has a great weight to it. I like the sensitivity of the throttle, but here we go, 2nd gear. Hard throttle, here we go. Nice. Good feedback. Really, I'm telling you right now, rear-wheel drive, obviously, really getting the power down nicely. Good feedback to the wheel. I like the sensitivity of the brake pedal and the feedback that you're getting as you're trail braking out of the turn. It really does have a unique personality. Driving this back-to-back with the M3 Competition, they do handle a little bit differently and drive a little bit differently, and I kind of like that. Guys, here we go. Once again, hard throttle. Yeah! Nice. On the brakes. Downshift. Super smooth. Look at this. Great feedback. They did a really, really great job, I'm telling you, with getting that boost to build, and that usable power delivery really allows you to take advantage of the characteristics of this M4 and really enjoy going through those twisty bits. It's really wonderful. Guys, one more time for you, one more time for me. On throttle, here we go. Yeah! Fast shifts. Super, look at this. Great turn in. It really, really allows you, I'm telling you, the way this chassis is set up allows you to feel confident. It gives you great feedback coming on initial turn in, through the corner, and then exiting. And if you really want to turn the wick up, which obviously we're not, you can go and actually steer the back of the car with the rear end, with that power. So that's the other nice usable thing about this M4. It really is a great setup, and it really shows that BMW has done their homework. No matter what you want to say about the grille, it does have that performance. It really, really does, that you want. Quick shifts, fast shifts. I can't wait to drive a regular M4, one with a manual transmission. Now we're talking. But we're gonna go ahead, get back to Reeves BMW and wrap this up, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been another wonderful day here at Reeves BMW. I definitely gotta thank Alex and the rest of the crew getting us their very first M4 Competition, Isle of Man green. The heck with silvers, black, white, and all those other boring colors. They really have one heck of a color palette, but what they also have is some wonderful performance with the Competition. Handling wise, really, really unique, and definitely want to add it to your list if you're looking for that premium style sports car, whether it's a 911, whether it's an AMG product, or even a C8 Corvette. But if you want to keep seeing cars like these first as they appear on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you in the channel, 2 ways to do it. Click the first link, get yourself some Radies Rise merch. Click the second link, become a Radies Rise Patreon member. Of course, we got to give it to the best member, the greatest member of the Radies Rise team, Lori, working that camera like a champ. Without her, we'd all be watching nothing because there would be nobody to work that amazing camera like she does. So thank you, Lori, for all that you do. Show her some love in the comment section. Thank you, everybody. And just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.